Paul, ultimately we have to settle for a point against QPR. What's your sort of overall take on the game?
Disappointing. No, I'm disappointed with the referee because we had a blatant penalty on Shane Long. That puts the game to bed. That's 3-0. They're not coming back for that. He made a poor decision. That annoys me up because I've done it. We had it at Burnley, but taking that penalty decision, that blatant penalty away. Not happy with the second half performance. We come out too passive, and I don't know what it is with this club sometimes, and maybe it's before I got here. Every time we get a lead, they want to protect it, and they go deeper and deeper and deeper, and you can't. You got to keep playing the same way. First half, I thought we were excellent. We had numerous chances and deserved a 2-goal lead. To be fair, I mean they had 1 or 2 skirmishes, but overall, to come in at 2-0, you're quite content. Even though we haven't played well, to be fair, didn't kick the ball well in the first half, and you're walking 2-0 up. So, as a manager, yes, I'm quite pleased with that. Second half, I'm just saying, clean sheet. Keep doing. Not so much doing what you're doing, but improving different little elements of the game. We need to keep the ball better, we need to get on the ball, we need to get our high up the park. We did none of those. From the kick-off from the second half, we're deep, can't get out, inviting pressure, and you just think it's just a matter of time before, I'm thinking to myself, if they score, they can go on and win the game or even draw the game, and that's what exactly happened, and defensively I thought we were poor today. We all defended as a team, we were an attacking team, but I thought we made some errors defensively. And the thing is, when you're going to do that, when you're so deep and you're inviting pressure, you're going to make errors. We've got to learn how to see out games. We're normally good at that, Rich, But today, for some reason, with the experience we had at the back, I thought we were very poor at the back. I thought we've got to do a lot better. The first one we got to deal with, Tom Holmes is in front of Scott Dan, and just think, I don't know. I don't know whether there's a kind of. This is where you need your leaders and your characters, and you say, get up the park, get high, press high. But we don't. There's not enough people who speak. We've got enough experience in the side to speak, to push the midfield on, and they don't say a word. And ultimately, we paid the price. And Azy could have lost it at the end. Azy could have won it at the end. So, but listen, overall, it's a point. It's another point. Lucas had a great chance. I thought Thomas was excellent again. And AC was excellent. I don't like to name individuals, but we've all got to be excellent. We've all got to be at it. And defensively, we weren't at it. We were poor. And I'm not one for criticising my players, but we were poor. And two goal lead at home, you should be able to see it out. And we didn't.
You've touched on that point as well before, haven't you? When we've kind of even when we've won games, when we've had to do it by the skin of our teeth a little bit, we've had to dig in a bit, probably more than you'd want to, and not killed it off in the way.
Yeah.
So you've had that conversation before, so it probably underlines it a bit more today when you don't get all 3 points, doesn't it?
Yeah, it does. And the day, listen, I think, it's another point where we want to get to. Let's be positive. I'm trying to be positive because, because of the first half performance. But when you're 2-0 up, you have to rely on your defenders to do their job, and they didn't do their job. But it is disappointing because you kind of know what's going to come, and at half time you're saying to the players, listen, stay up the park, do the right stuff, do this, improve on this, let's keep the ball, and straight from the kick-off they go deep, and no one says a word to anybody, and that disappoints me.
Got to say, you've got to isolate Jeff Hendrick. He's a bit of a water carrier, if you like, who gets up and down the park, but today he's got the 2 goals as well. Great for him. He always puts a shift in for you, doesn't he? So to have his name on the score sheet, all right, he'd like to do it with a win, of course, but it's good for him.
I'm so pleased for Jeff, because listen, I see some people say, and what criticism he gets sometimes, But Jeff, for me, I can rely on Jeff. He's trustworthy, and he gives you 6, 7, 10 out every week. But some people don't see that. Some people don't see what he gives to this team, and to see him play the way he did today and get a couple of goals scored midfield players, they're kind of very, very rare, and to get his couple of goals, I'm so pleased with him. He was sensational today. Unfortunately, it wasn't 2 of the 3 points. But listen, I'm not down because there's another point. We haven't lost at home. It's very often that we do draw games, which it's nice to get a draw, and it's a point to where we've got to go. But one thing's for sure, defensively we have to be better, and today we were very, very poor.
soon. Then it gives you the full week of training now, just to kind of, whether it's lifting spirits if anyone's disappointed or whatever it is, or work on certain things. We've got a full week now ahead of Stoke, which is important, isn't it?
No, I don't think lifting spirit's the word. I just think it's a lesson. If you end up losing the game 3-2, then you've got to go in and lift spirits. But I shouldn't have to go in on Monday and lift the spirits. They should go in and want to and see what actually happened today and learn and develop from it. You know what I mean? As I said, we haven't got beat. It's another point. I think hopefully we're 13 away from where we want to be. If you defend like that, then we're going to struggle. And that's the message that we need to know as a team, that we can't afford to do that. You put yourself in such a great position to go 2-0 up, and man, it should have been 3. It's a blatant penalty. But we are where we are. We are where we are, and you've got to keep learning by your mistakes, and that's what we do as a team, and as a staff, and as a management.